They also have the players that are talented as well as smart enough to run it. And so it does present a different challenge that you don't see every single week, but at the same time, you're ready for challenges like that. I mean, this is a top-rated defense in the league, and they're going to come with the physicality, and they're going to come, I mean, they're going to get in the playoffs. And so it's going to have that playoff atmosphere, and I'm excited to kind of be in Arrowhead and get a play against a good defense like this.
Let's dig into this matchup a little bit more with our Hall of Famer, Kurt Warner. So, Kurt, Kansas City averages about 5 touchdowns a game. Baltimore's defense only gives up about 2 touchdowns a game. Something's got to give. How do you think Mahomes will do this week?
Well, I tell you what, I mean, it's hard to say that he's not going to do well, even against this great Ravens defense that held Atlanta like 130 yards of total offense last week. But the thing about Kansas City is nobody is better at the big ball than Kansas City. And so they are going to take shots down the field. Can you stop them from those big plays? And then the other thing, if you watched the game last week, Patrick Mahomes has great confidence in his right arm. He takes a lot of chances. He throws it into coverage a lot. And he's been getting away with it. His guys have been making big plays for him. Can the Ravens steal a couple balls from him? That'll play huge in this game.
Let's flip it over to the other side of the ball here. Over the last 3 weeks when Lamar Jackson has been the starter, he looks like one of the most dangerous quarterbacks in football when he takes off on the run, whether it's a scramble or a designed run. And he's going against a Kansas City defense that has been generous to opposing offenses this year. How do you think they play him?
Well, I mean, I think, again, a lot of this is going to fall to their defense. If their defense can hold down Kansas City, now the Ravens can play the way they've been playing. Run the football first, run the football second, and then if you have to throw it, throw it. What you don't want is you don't want to have Lamar Jackson get into a throwing contest with Patrick Mahomes. And up to this point, they haven't had to do that. And it's got to be the formula in this game. It's just the problem is Patrick Mahomes and company aren't held down, especially early in games very often. So if they force the issue and force Lamar to have to throw it, 30, 35 times, can he make the plays he needs to? Because you can tell watching the film, he's a little ways away from being that every down type passer.
Ravens and Chiefs, Kansas City can clinch a playoff berth with a victory. Kurt, thanks for your time. See you in a couple minutes for your top 5.
Look at the injury report here, Scott. Joe Flacco limited today in Baltimore. Same for Eric Berry in Kansas City. Cam Newton, if you were wondering about his being subbed out for the Hail Mary on Sunday, talked today about having lingering shoulder pain from his surgery a year and a half ago. He was limited today. Sounds like they're managing his reps. Sam Darnold, a full participant for the Jets, says he'll play on Sunday. Doesn't sound like Xavier Howard will for the Dolphins. He's week to week with a knee injury. And that is not all. More injury news coming out of Denver today, a practice injury that's going to have massive implications for their offense. Ian Rappaport, what happened to Emmanuel Sanders?
Emmanuel Sanders was running a route, made a quick cut like he's done a million times, not even going against a defender, just on air, and he tore his Achilles. He is officially now out for the season. The Broncos just minutes ago placed him on injured reserve, and understand this is their best receiver. And of course, they traded Demaryius Thomas to the Houston Texans early in the season, so Sanders' role only increasing and doing something he's done a million times. He now heads to the sideline, going to have surgery. So what this means is that Cortland Sutton, the rookie who they really like, is going to have to take on an even greater role. And Deshaun Hamilton, another rookie, someone else who's going to have to come in and step in and play big time for a team that, by the way, is still trying to make a playoff push. They also did claim Andre Holmes, who has some familiarity in Bill Musgrave's system, earlier today as well.
Broncos riding a 3-game win streak. We'll see how this impacts that at San Francisco on Sunday. Thank you, Ian.
Let's go make it happen. Right here, right now. We done had some Duval, boy. Duval. 1, 2, 3 strikes out.
All right, so Calais Campbell and the Jags defense put it to the Colts on Sunday, shut them out. Now it's the quick turnaround for Thursday Night Football. Jags at Titans tomorrow night. Tennessee comes in off a win of their own over the New York Jets.
Thursday Night Football is hard on our bodies, especially Week 14, Thursday Night Football. I mean, each week it gets a little bit harder and harder to recover. So, late in the season, play Thursday night is, it's definitely tough, especially going on the road, too. The home team has a strong advantage. But at the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do. Find a way to play football and win the game.
I think those guys across the board on every single level of their defense are a bunch of playmakers and high caliber guys that have played well through these last couple of years. And, we're pretty familiar with them. We played them before. Got a lot of respect for that defense. I think, they're one of the best in the league. So we've got to be ready. We've got to be prepared, especially on a short week. It's going to be a tough challenge for sure.
And for more, here is Omar Ruiz from Nashville.
The Titans have been talking all season long about finding consistency on offense, and they hope they've found it now that Taywan Taylor has returned to the lineup. He missed 3 games before returning against the Jets and made an immediate impact, catching balls of 44 and 55 yards in the fourth quarter. That not only helped open everything else up offensively for the Titans in the run game and in those intermediate routes with Corey Davis, but it also gave them an emotional lift, something they're hoping to carry into this matchup with the Jaguars. But doing so against the Jaguars corners might be a little more difficult with Jalen Ramsey and A.J. Bouye. Taylor telling me the key against those guys is winning at the line of scrimmage because they are so physical and aggressive. One of the reasons why the Titans are calling this matchup a street fight against the Jaguars tomorrow night.
All right, Omar, Titans can go over 500 and stay in the hunt with a win. Jacksonville at Tennessee, Thursday Night Football, tomorrow live right here on NFL Network, Fox, and streaming on Prime Video.
Last time around, it started with hype, turned into a fight.